congratulations. You graduate. What did it mean to you? What was that day like for you?
It was big, being that, the situation I came from and me being that I dropped out getting my GED, the odds were stacked against me to get my, my bachelor's degree. So, it was a surreal moment. I kind of put it up there with the Super Bowl, neck and neck. Super Bowl probably would have been better if we would have won 2 in a row, but, it was a great moment, not only for me, for my son and my family. So I'm glad I got to experience it.
Was it personally self-motivated to get it done? Were you prodded by family members or people also, or?
Really just me and just let my son know, his dad is more than a football player. When kids, come up to him, they can be like, your dad was a good football player, such and that he can stop him and be like, yeah, he was a good football player, but he also, he got his associate's degree, got his bachelor's degree. So, he wasn't only a football player, but he only, he put education up there right along with his job. So, like I said, man, it was bigger than me, man. It's for my son and his kids and generations after me.
How long have you been working on it? How many classes did you have to do to be able to?
I actually had like 12 hours, but they did, since West Virginia loved me so much, they did somewhere I just wrote a portfolio, and then I had to go out and do community work. That's how I actually started getting into community work, because I had to go out and do it for my degree, and I actually liked it. So that's when I was like, dang, I actually kind of like doing this. So that's when I really got into it, going into community and, feeding the homeless and stuff like that. So.
The first on either side of your family, Bruce, to have a degree, to get your degree?
First ever,
yeah.
Yes, sir.
What was the degree in?
Sociology.
Okay.
Was it something that when you came out, you knew when you came out that you wanted to go back, or did you not think that at first, and then later, and it was like you said,
when I came out, my first check was $2.5 million. So, I wasn't thinking about going back to West Virginia after that, But as I grown, like I said, had a son, it just became more and more important to me each year. Like I said, that's one thing they can't take from me. They can take this football stuff from me, they can take everything else, but that degree, that's forever. I'll always be a college graduate of West Virginia University. So that's big.
How old is your son?
He's 4. He'll be 5 June 13th.
Old enough to remember, probably.
Oh yeah, he definitely he talk like a 12-year-old. The kids nowadays, they get a hold of these iPads and stuff like that. They be 4 or 5 years old going on 23. So he's a smart kid, and I'm just everything I do is for him.
Right, live tweeting the whole graduation.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to lay off the Twitter though. Trying to lay off the Twitter a little bit.
You could have live tweeted being a defensive end now. What would you be saying out there? Because it looks like you're having a lot of fun just being able to put your hand down and in the dirt and see ball, chase ball.
I'm just having fun getting back football, period. Anybody know me, they know. You ask anybody in the locker room, they know I talk smack. That's what I do. There's no hard feelings, but, you're going to hear me, So, the transition from linebacker to end has been very, very smooth. It seems like defensive end is more natural to me. It's a lot of going forward and reacting. It's instead of me dropping the coverage, having to know receiver routes and, stuff like that. I think defensive end is a more natural fit and gets me going and reacting more instead of thinking and covering people.
Been able to bounce anything off Khalil yet?
No, I ain't talked to him, man. I miss him though. That situation is, I never speak on another man's situation. That's him, and I wish him nothing but the best. But I gotta get these guys who's here ready. Arden Key, Maurice Hurts, PJ, all those guys. Those guys gonna be important for us, and that Khalil situation, that'll take care of itself. But for me, it's my job to get these guys ready and get us ready for Los Angeles Rams.
Those guys all talked about how you talked to them at rookie minicamp. They talked about how important it was to hear from you, and you sort of told them what it was like to be a pro and things like that. What do you see from them, and what sort of leader are you for those young guys on the line?
Like I said, we need them. I don't know if y'all watch same football I've been watching, but the last 2 years we've been dead last in sacks. So we need those guys. For me coming here, I'm in a different situation. I'm a leader now. And, You know, guys look up to me. Guys look up to me. If we got 10 reps in the weight room, guys are looking if I do 7 or 8 or if I'm doing the whole 10. You know, that's big. So I got to carry myself different. I got to talk different. I got to motivate different. So, I mean, I'm in a great situation, man. You know, I wouldn't ask for no other place to be. We got a great group of guys, great defense, great new assistants, and you know, things are really going good, and I can't wait to get it started. You know, during the season.
What's been your observation on this, the coaching staff and the energy they've brought and the systems of football they're putting in?
Have y'all seen John Gruden?
Yeah.
So that's
first time we got to watch the whole practice today. We get kicked out before.
I mean, what you see is what you get, man. Rah guy. You know, I never seen a person's face stay red for 7 periods in practice. You know, the whole practice he was just red. So, you know, he's a great motivator, man. The biggest thing for me that I got out of him, you know, the guy's been out for 8 or 9 years, and you know, back when he was coaching, it was the old CBA. You know, tour days were allowed. Yeah. Shit, tackling at OTAs were allowed then. So, I think the biggest thing was for him to adjust. You know, adjust to guys, because you know it's millennial babies now. It's not like older guys no more. Guys, and I'm not talking down on nobody, but football is different now. Yeah. You know, so you know, I think he's done a great job of adjusting to the new CBA and taking care of his guys, and you know, letting his leaders control the locker room.
2 more guys.
What about you? How have you adjusted to his in-your-face, red-face manner of coaching?
I mean, he talks shit like I talk shit, so we get along. I mean, man, we got a great relationship. He speak his mind, I speak my mind. I come to work, he come to work. I mean, why? You couldn't ask to work with a person like that. A guy who's football. That's all it's about, winning in football. That's the type of culture you want in the building.
As a Super Bowl champion, someone who's been in this league for a while, your experience in the league is enough where you can reach young players and be that leader that you talked about. Mm-hmm. Your journey to the NFL, how do you use that as something of a testimony to reach some of these younger players, particularly ones who maybe were considered to be, you know, character or what have you? I mean, you've shown that Walter Payton Man of the Year, college graduate, whatever tag you carry when you enter the league or people want to give you when you enter the league doesn't define who you are.
I mean, you know, I was always a guy who you know, I had to get burnt a couple times to learn. You know, and that didn't change when I got in the league. You know, I had the suspension. You know, I got locked up 2 weeks before the draft, then I got the suspension. So, you know, when I got in the league, I still was immature. You know, even though I had been through what I had been through, I still was young-minded. I still was a kid. So, you know, for me to go through what I went through, getting locked up, getting suspended, overcoming that, and you know, look at me now. I'm one of the team leaders here. It's you know, it's big. You know, guys don't often get second or third chances, but I was one of the guys who was fortunate enough to get it. So, I'm just happy that I didn't blow it, and I learned in time. And you know, like I said, guys can learn from me. You know, it's never too late. You know, you can mess up, but you know, just get the right people around you, surround yourself with the right people, and you know, it'll take care of itself.
Is that what Seattle was for you? The right people around you?
Seattle, it was a bunch of rebels in Seattle, but they knew how to tame us. One thing about us in Seattle was, you know, guys come to work every day. You know, it was football season. It wasn't no clubs. It wasn't nothing. It was we coming to work and we're going home with our family, and we waking up and we coming back to work in the morning to try to reach our goals. So that's kind of the culture we're trying to install here, and I think it's on the way.
Real quick, Bruce, what have you seen from the young rookie tackles, Colton Miller and Brandon Parker? I don't know how much you went up against them today, but just what you've seen, first impressions.
Well, I didn't really go against them, but they're 2 big kids. They're long. You know, they got enough body to put on a lot of weight. Brandon is athletic. I watch film on him, and Colton is athletic also. So, you know, they got 2 great guys to learn from in Breno and D Penn. So, you know, we really depending on those guys. We're going to need those guys also. So, you know, I wish them luck. You know, and I'm gonna try to wear their ass out in practice.